All right, I want to talk about section 2.1. This one's called decimal comparisons without rounding. Notice I did use another shorthand here. This W/O means without. And I use it a lot when I'm taking notes because that's a word that we use a lot. And just a simple W/O will do with this. Now, this section is going to be almost entirely review, and it's things that we've learned in 6th grade and 5th grade, maybe even going back to 4th and 3rd grade. But that's okay, and I'll try to go nice and quick because of that. So we're going to look at two servers quick. Server 1 earned $98.12. Server 2 earned $98.21. And the question is, who earned more? So in this section, we're going to be looking at this and just remembering how to determine place value and how to compare two numbers using the idea of place value, okay? So let's quickly remember a couple of things. First, we have a set of numbers. We can call these whole numbers. Oops, that's a terrible W. Whole numbers. And whenever we write a set of something down, that means like a series of things, we use these little brackets to start. So if I were to write them out, they go like this. 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma, dot, 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 ending our bracket. Now, the whole numbers are all positive, and they have no decimals within them. But in this section, we're going to start looking again at decimals and remembering how we can use them inside of our math. That little point is our decimal point. And our decimal point, let me find the decimal, it divides the whole part of a number from its fractional part. And this is what we're going to be using to compare these two numbers from earlier. Let's take a look at a real quick example of some place value. Let's take a look at this number. 459.347. Now, what we can do with a number like this is we can kind of build its little place value. And we probably did this a long time ago, but let's just build its little chart. Oops, let me move it up a bit so we can see what I'm doing. If we label each piece of this number and its little place value, I always like to start here with my ones. Here are my tens. Here are my hundreds. Then I can use my divider right here. This separates, remember, my whole part from my fractional part. And I first start with my tenths. Remember, there are no oneths. We can't divide something up like that because there's only one section for ones. I get tenths. I get hundredths, and then I go to thousandths. And the way for me to compare two numbers is I kind of go down the number and then I see what is larger. So again, recall that I'm comparing these two numbers. So I'm looking at 98.12 and 98.21. And my question is this side greater? Is this side greater? Or are they equal? So what I can do is I can just line them up. 98.12, 98.21, and I can go down the line starting with the left. I start here, and then whatever number I hit first, that's where my number is larger. So I have two nines. They're the same that far. My ones are both 8, so it's the same, so I have no information there. If I look here at my tenths, this one is 1/10, and this one is 2/10. This number here is larger in this section, which means that the whole number is, of course, larger. So that means my 98.21 is larger, and I can use my little symbol to show that. Remember, my little alligator mouth always eats towards the larger number. That's the easiest way that I use to remember which one I'm doing. So this is what we'll be talking about, and this is what you'll be doing. You'll also be ordering some numbers. I'll show you a quick example of that if you like, but this is all the notes that I'll require you to take. So I'll write a done with required notes. All right, real quick, let's look at another example over here. Let's order some numbers. Let me find a set that I like. We have compare and order. We have 2.45, 2.099, and 2.67. Okay, I'm going to write them all with my decimal points lined up. That's the easiest way for me to compare them. 2.45, 2.099, and 2.67. All right, so I'm going to do just like what I did before, and I'm going to take a look. My ones here are all the same, so I know that I can't gain any information from here. However, here I do have a 6, a 4, and a 0. So this is going to be 1, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 3, the smallest number in here. So I can simply rewrite them from greatest to least as 2.67, comma, 2.45, that's a 2, even though it's terrible, and 2.099. Should be mostly review. If you have questions, ask a friend or ask me. Go ahead and good luck.